बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। रब्बि ज़िदनी इल्मन वअल्हिक़नी बिस्सालिहीन। फ़ातिर समावाति वल अर्ज़ अंत वली फ़िद दुनिया वल आखिरह तवफ़्फ़नी मुस्लिमन वअल्हिक़नी बिस्सालिहीन. Top is written on the whiteboard and I also pronounce it. Problems or irregularities our English suffers from. If you send our English to the English laboratory, you will find more than 100 problems. When it comes to writing, we face many problems. We don't make mistakes deliberately, but because of ignorance we make mistakes. And such mistakes are very glaring mistakes, very concerning mistakes. First problem is misspelling words. Misspelled words tell on your composition very bad. For example, THIEF. Common mistake. We write CHEIF. Niece, daughter of a brother or sister. NIEC. We write NEIC. Most mistakes we commit in putting down vowels. AEIO. And some mistakes we commit by using wrong consonants other than pike vowels. For example, parallel, P-A-R-A-L-L, parallel, stop, slipped. When certain consonants come in the end, they are doubled, double P, double O, double E, and many others. So misspelled words are very bad mistakes. They should be avoided. Doubt plus dictionary is equal to correct use and spelling. Now it is hard to shuffle dictionary again and again when you face problem with spelling, but once you are used to it, you feel things very easy. Practice makes man perfect. This dictionary that I have got, also the 10th latest one, is a very best dictionary. It gives synonyms, antonyms, use of words, formation of words, phrases, idioms, and much more. This is a best reference book for students and teachers alike. So as far as possible, spelling mistakes should be avoided. And the only right way is practice. Learning spelling by heart. And when in doubt, again I say doubt plus dictionary is equal to correct use and spelling. Other word is use of improper words. Selection of words is very important. Right word at the right place makes sense. If you choose a word out of hurry or haphazardly, they will make mess. Because word used erroneously or erroneous word used at a place, they make things wrong. So try to use proper word at proper places. The third point is about that. Use of words in improper places. As I said yesterday, use of word only. Her only son died in a war. It means she had only one son. Her son only died in the war. Means none else except her son. Her son died in war only. Means he undertook many adventures. But where did he die? He met death in a war. So by using the same but different places, you get different meanings. So right place and right word is key to proper expression in spoken and written English. Then use a long winding sentence. There are 4 kinds of sentences as far writing is concerned. Even in spoken English, they are very much used. Simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, compound complex sentence. And from a grammar point of view, we have 5 kinds of sentence. Assertive means affirmative and negative, interrogative, exclamatory, imperative, and optative. So keeping in view these 9 kinds of sentences, you can go ahead with your spoken and written English. It all depends on practice, how much you put these things in your practice. Fifth point is use of passive voice instead of active voice. As a humble teacher, what I have noticed, active voice use is a base voice use. Passive voice is used only when it is indispensable, means necessary, or when you are asked to change active to passive. For example, the mail is arrived, the train is arrived, the guests are served. These are in passive voice. No use of subject. Train itself subject. Guest itself subject. Words used in the beginning are used as subject, may it be active voice or passive voice. When the guests are served, it means guests come in the beginning, taking place of subject. They are object of serve, but they are used in the beginning. So in this way, words used in the beginning may be active voice or passive voice. They serve as subject. Lemon tastes sour. When you taste lemon, it gives you sour taste, it's khatta. Honey tastes sweet. Honey doesn't taste itself, nor does lemon taste itself, but when you taste to somebody else, it gives proper taste, attributes. So, in most cases, subjects become object. Since they come in the beginning, they are called subjects. Use of wrong forms of verbs. Very common mistake. We need to know all the forms of every verb. And these forms are called 5 forms: infinitive, simple past, past participle, present participle, and third person singular used in present indefinite tense that take s or es in verb. This is called verb paradigm, means forms of verbs used in spoken and written English. We have been told that you simply add ed to verb and make simple past tense and past participle. That is not the case with every verb. There are strong verbs and weak verbs. Strong verbs are called irregular verbs and weak verbs are called regular verbs. Verbs that change their form inside vowel changing, they are known irregular verbs. Also, they are called strong. Sank, sank, sunk. Drink, drank, drunk. They are strong verbs. Why are they irregular? Depend what kind of vowel is inside vowel is changed from I to I, E to A, and so on. And verbs that take T, D, Ed in the end for second, third form, they are known as weak verbs. Since they always carry T, D or Ed, they are known as regular verbs. So in most cases we make mistakes. We use wrong form of verbs and they just make mess of the sentence communicated or written. Then improper subject verb disagreement. Agreement means parallel, harmony, compatibility, and agreement. I go to school every day. She does her work on time. It is not better for you to go there without any invitation. So, subject is singular, verb will be singular. This is called subject verb agreement. If this doesn't agree, this is called disagreement. Again, we have to bear in mind either it is collective subject giving single meaning or collective subject noun giving meaning of more than one subject or object. For example, jury. Jury is a body of legal experts who sit in a court of law and give their expert legal opinion in a case or suit. They are not supposed to give degree or judgment. They simply are supposed to give their verdict, opinion. If the jury is a unity or body, means one thing, verb is singular. The jury is in session. The jury gives its verdict today. But when we mean jury are divided in their opinion, they are not unanimous or body or entity, verb will be plural. The jury are divided in their verdict. The jury are not of consensus or one opinion. In such cases, verb will be plural. So how these verbs are used singular and plural? It depends on grammar rules. According to subject verb agreement. Then we have use of improper tenses. Four tenses. Every tense has four kinds. So in our move we have only 12 tenses, main tenses. Some people make 72 tenses, 80 tenses, 60 and so on. As a teacher, I believe that there are only three tenses. Every tense has four parts. In all, 12 main tenses. And tense is very important. That gives you idea of tense. When did the thing happen? When does it happen? When will it happen? It gives you three main tenses. Use of muddling or mixing of tenses, sentences. It's a very important thing. We make silly mistakes when we use mixed tenses. If the first of the sentence is future, the next will be simple present tense. Means one thing depends on the other. I shall leave when you come back. I will help you when you stand by me. The teacher will give a lecture or deliver a lecture when students are there in the class. It will rain if it is cloudy. So when first part is future, depending on the other part of sentence, one is simple future, one is simple present. And also we have future in the coming time with present continuous tense. I am leaving for Karachi in the evening. Means I will be leaving when the evening comes. But I say that I am leaving. It's about to leave. Or I am supposed to leave or I have made up my mind to leave. So all tenses, when studied separately, thoughtfully, with practice, you get mastery over it. Again, when you have any doubt, what is the proper use? Dictionary is there. It gives you complete clues or instructions, directions about the right use of words. And this reference book is one of the best books, especially for Asian students. I remember when I went there in 1981, it was June, students of first year and second year were reading books of MA English literature of first year. We studied those books in MA previous and MA final. It's about 40 years back, 42 years back. And I thought that we are far behind in education system. What's wrong with it? Here students are studying first year, second year students, and we studied in MA previous final. So foreign students who are there, they encounter problems as we did. But those who are native speakers, if they don't study, they also encounter problems, face problems. But students, though here and abroad, were very good at English, work very hard, study systematically from class to class, level to level. They go very well in all the courses. No matter is writing, reading, speaking, or listening. They do their best. Then we have wrong use of punctuation marks, especially comma. There are 13 kinds of punctuation. For example, comma, full stop, semicolon, dash, hyphen, sign of exclamation, sign of interrogation, single comma, double comma. All these are signals of spoken and written English. Comma has 13 uses. If you don't know its proper use, better omit it or leave it. Instead of using comma erroneously, better leaving it for better. Such other kind of word is, this is comma is a symbol. Such a kind of word or thing is definite article. It's very sensitive word. It gives you very clear clue where to read, where to use, where to speak, and where not to speak or use. If you don't know their uses properly, leave them. Instead of making mistakes, don't use them, especially comma and the definite article. Improper use of small letters and capital letters. Use of small letters and capital letters called use of small order or capital order. In the beginning of every sentence, no matter what part of use or word it is uses capital letters. Also, proper nouns, proper adjectives are used with capital letters. In poetry, in every line, in the beginning, first word is used with capital letter. We are quite aware of this thing, but indeliberately or unconsciously or carelessly, we use small letters instead of capital words and capital instead of small words. Care should be taken to avoid such silly mistakes. Then we have use of informal words. This dictionary has 50,000 entries, and averagely every entry has 10 meanings. It means this comprises 500,000 words, 5 lakh, including all meanings, phrases, idioms, and so on. So this gives you idea whether word is formal means standard or informal means non-standard. Non-standard words are used in spoken English, informal language, maybe chit-chat, friendly talk or something else. But when it comes to writing, scholarly writing, academic writing, business writing, technical writing, or other writing about diplomatic affairs and business affairs, you are supposed to write formal English. Also speaking for formal English. That is very important for educated people. Use of informal phrases and idioms. Use of 2 or 3 words that gives you some special meaning. It is called phrase. But if those words have some hidden meaning, it is called idiom. There are 25,000 phrases and idioms. They comprise noun phrases, adjective phrases, adverb phrases, verbal phrases, and prepositional phrases. They are about 25,000 and they are still in the dictionary, like pearls and jewels and diamonds. And they give you idea how to use them. So main thing about this phrase idiom is that use them sparingly, only where they are necessary or they are really useful. Otherwise, try to avoid them. Don't use them very much everywhere where you like. Then we have excessive use of phrases and idioms. I just mentioned phrase idiom is just like gold, ornament, stud, pearl, and jewel. Use them only where necessary. Dictionary gives you idea where to use phrase idiom and where to avoid. And always see that is formal or informal, standard or non-standard. We have 9 parts of speech, including articles. Of them, nouns, pronouns, and verbs are mostly used as subject, as object, and as verb. An adverb is a part of speech that modifies or adds to the meaning of an adjective, an adverb, or another adverb. An adjective is a part of speech that adds the meaning of a noun or a pronoun. There are 8 kinds of adjective. and 11 kinds of adverbs. In Sindhi Urdu, we have 4 kinds of adverbs. Zarf Zaman, Zarf Makan, Zarf Tamiz, Zarf Inkar. In English, we have adverb of manner. It has 8 kinds. So 8 plus 3, we have 11 kinds of adverbs. They are used wonderfully well, especially for those who can identify clearly what is adjective and what is adverb. Most adverbs are formed from adjectives. Slow, slowly. Fine, finely. Love, loving adjective, lovingly adverb. Some think that words having ly with them, they are adverbs. No, not all, every word. Comely, homely, richly, many other words. You take ly with them, but they are adjectives. Homely means homemade, like very pure, like home. Comely means suitably. So these words obviously look like adverbs, but they are adjectives. Then we have some adjectives we mistakenly use as adverbs. So there should be fine distinction between adjectives and adverbs. That is very important. Now in writing and reading, also in speaking, words play great role. Always try to speak simple language so the students can understand them or the audience can follow the meaning of the words you are speaking. There are certain circumstances in which you are supposed to speak the words of the situation. Suppose you are speaking to scientists and you are scientists or you are good at science, you are supposed to use scientific terms. If you are speaking to business people, businessmen, you are supposed to use business terms. If you are supposed to speak to bankers, you are supposed to use language used in banking. Also, with politicians, you are supposed to use terms politicians use. It doesn't mean that every word should be of the people they are sitting there. You can take help of many other words to communicate yourself. But you have to see that what I am talking and to whom I am talking to. Suppose there are agrarians, poor farmers. They don't know scholarly language. They are not used to listening to very difficult words. So you are supposed to speak to them in simple language, quite which they can understand. How to increase plenty or increase produce, how to save your crops from termite or worms or germs or other very harmful elements, how to increase your productivity, how to improve your irrigation system, what kind of harvest can you have, what time of the proper sowing and reaping. This all comes through agricultural knowledge. And if you are supposed to talk with those agriculturists, use that language. In agriculture, there are expert people who know how to grow more and more food and grains and cereals. Then it will be different language. But to common farmers, you are supposed to speak very simple language. May it be Urdu, Sindhi, English, or whatever language you are supposed to speak in, you have to follow that format. Also, use of high flown language. High flown means that language which most of the people don't understand. This is called flowery language. Looking very beautiful, sounds beautiful. It attracts your ear and mind, but sometimes goes just in vain. The listeners can't understand. Even readers can make any sense out of them. So words should be properly chosen, meaningful words at the proper place. The simpler, the better. That is key to good composition and oral communication. Then plagiarism. In writing, we steal things from other sources. There should be originality and creativity. You can borrow ideas from books. Everybody goes through books. I read books, you read books, even for dissertation, report, seminar, or your synopsis, maybe your proposal, you need words. And for these things, you need communication. You want to impress your reader And that impression only comes when you read right from your own. So plagiarism means getting idea from some other source and you don't acknowledge them or you don't quote them. That is called academic theft or a kind of steal. Try to avoid it. Even if you borrow ideas from those writers, no problem. We all do. You are supposed to acknowledge them, quote them properly. There are two kinds of reference. One is direct reference, one is indirect. Indirect reference, you quote those things in double inverted commas and write number and source where from you are quoting. Indirect, you give the idea Plato, Holy Quran, Bible, or some other source, but you don't acknowledge it. It's supposed to acknowledge. This idea comes from Bible or Quran or Aristotle or Plato or John Milton or any other scientist, whoever may be. So you're supposed to be honest. So plagiarism is a kind of dishonest. It should be avoided as far as possible. Use of improper clauses. There are three main kinds of clauses. A clause is a part of language that has a subject and a verb. It gives you idea what you are going to say to the reader or listener. I got up early in the morning, full stop, complete sentence. If I want to go further, I am supposed I got up early in the morning, took a bath, had my breakfast, and left for my office or college or university. So classes are connected. Main class is called principal class. Then what comes after? That has subordinate meaning. It is called subordinate class. And what class connects two, three classes? That is called joining class or coordinating class. So clauses make sentences. Some sentences have only one clause, some have two, some have three and four. For example, simple sentence most have one clause. Compound sentence has two clauses. Compound complex has more than two, three clauses. But there are certain words that make them complex or compound. For example, if you connect two ideas together with and, or, but, because, for, since they make compound sentence. If you use adverb of time, adverb of place, adverb of cause, and relative pronouns with two clauses, they make complex sentence. Depends how you join those words. Sometimes sentence having only 3-4 words make complex sentence because you use a relative clause or relative adverb or relative pronoun. Grammar gives you complete, exhaustive information about this. Gone are the days when things were unknown to us. We used to shuffle here and those fumble books and make out some sense. Now things have become easier than easiest. You can do best of the best through books, through lectures, through declamation contests, through anchor persons, through scholars who come on TV and address you. Things of the past are no more with us. We are now rich in this sense. Person having dollars, great wealth, is not a rich person. A person who is having wealth of education, knowledge, its proper utilization and exploitation, he is the person who is the richest one on the earth. So, having only knowledge you credit, that is not enough. Its proper use, its delivery, its dissemination, its distribution is the proper use of. As in Rosa's fasting, there is zakat of body. When you teach people without any vested personal interest, it's zakat of your ilm. So the more you read, the more you learn, and the more you deliver, the more you become prosperous. That's my belief as a humble teacher. We go forward. Use of misplaced clauses. It means there is clause, but it's misplaced. For example, I saw an old man sitting under a tree with wooden legs. What do I mean? Did the old man have wooden legs? Or the tree had wooden legs? So this is called dangling modifier. Modifier means words that add to the meaning of something. So I'm talking about the old man, not the tree. So this should be I saw an old man with wooden leg were sitting under a tree. This will be all right. I met an Englishman in the marketplace with artificial teeth. Maybe I saw his teeth, but I mentioned that somebody has artificial. So does the market have artificial teeth or the Englishman? Englishman. So I met an Englishman with artificial teeth in the marketplace. So clauses should be placed at proper places. Modified means changing meaning. They are known as modifiers. When one word adds to the meaning of other word, it is called modifier. When it adds to the meaning more emphatically, it is called emphatic use or intensifier. What? Intensifier. Very busy. Very much busy. Much, very much are intensifiers. They're adverbs, but they intensify to the meaning of busy. So I would advise people, especially who want to learn English, you have to concentrate mainly on vocabulary. If you are good at use of vocabulary, I believe things go very well. Because half of the language, maybe Persian, German, Dutch, Greek, Arabic, whatever, English, half of it comprises vocabulary. Vocabulary just like raw material, and when you apply grammar to it, its proper order and discipline and syntax, you get the right use of vocabulary in oral communication, in written, in listening and reading. Speaking comes through listening more and more, pronunciation, place of word, and delivery. And writing comes through reading. Extensive reading brings you a lot of knowledge to your credit, and you can make marvels. A writer's block. When you start writing, you feel nothing in your mind. You feel empty. You just think, what I'm going to write? I don't know anything. Where should I start from? But the moment you take a piece of paper and pencil or pen, and maybe as a freelancer, write what comes to your mind, things go well. First writing, second writing, third writing. You become very able to write on the topic, very short topic. My pen, my pencil, my classroom, my everyday routine. They go very, very well. I read a book my professor suggested me, The Heart of Darkness. The Heart of Darkness. It's about African people. I read the introduction of the book. The author says I wrote this book for more than 70 times. I revised it again and again. So my friends asked me, what about that book you were writing? He said, I wish I had some more time to go over it and make it perfect. But he was very hard pressed for time. He didn't wait and sent to press for publication. Even native writer, native speaker, revised his book more than 70 times. The novel is The Heart of Darkness. I remember his name. Just comes to my mind, I will tell you. Very good author. That The Heart of Darkness is his masterpiece. So we people who are far behind these people in intelligence, capability, reading, language, authority, and many things more. We are supposed to just do spade work. Spade work is step by step. It's very demanding work for we people to make marvels through writing and speaking. So, grammatical errors is very important thing. You come across grammar rules when you study good books. Even this dictionary is a very good reference book. Gives you a pretty good insight into grammar rules. Even grammar rules are available in many books. You can go through them. Where to use this word and how, why it is wrong, why it is right. You get a lot of grammar rules. And it's very important. Some teachers, even people who are against English, deadly against English, especially grammatical rules, they so say, don't worry about grammar. Just throw grammar in dustbins and go ahead without grammar. How come? As I said yesterday, day before yesterday, grammar is indispensable. You can't do without it. You have to have grammar rules to your credit for spoken and written English. And they are about, I think, 300 grammar rules. With mastery on those rules, you can go ahead far, far better in the domain of writing and reading and speaking. Then we have incomplete sentences. We ought to know what is the need of the sentence: subject, object, verb. If this verb is just intransitive, means there's no object after verb, it is called intransitive verb. In Sindhi, Urdu, we say fail lazmi. Fail lazmi. If the verb goes forward, transfer forms go to the object, it is called fail mutadi, transit. I read a book. I read everything every day. What do I read? No mention. But I say I read a book every day. I read newspaper every day. It means I subject, read verb, and newspaper or book is object of reading. This makes transitive sentence. And in transitive sentence, you have to bear in mind whether it is direct object or indirect object. As I said day before yesterday, the thing given is called direct object. The person given to is called indirect object. My father gifted me a wristwatch for my birthday. Why for my birthday? Why not on? Maybe he might have given me gift 2 days earlier. Maybe exact on the day of my birthday. Maybe later than that. So wait for birthday. On is not used. For is used. Most important, most interesting, and most difficult part of a speech is use of preposition. It is very important. The more you study them, the more you come to know about them. Now, run on sentence. I write sentence, it is incomplete. I just miss that and we start another. Just like as leaves of the overlap one another. In an accident, bogies overlap another and they go over them. The same is the case of run on sentences. Sentences which you don't complete and write another sentence without completing the previous ones is called run on sentence. They are incomplete also, but when one sentence goes over other, overlapping, it is called run on sentence. And that is called very bad English. You come across these sentences when you open dictionary, when you read good books. Now I remember the name of the author. You can put it down. Joseph Conrad. Joseph Conrad. He wrote novel The Heart of Darkness. Joseph Conrad. Conrad. Joseph Conrad. Conrad. Name of the novel is The Heart of Darkness. Very beautiful novel. You love reading it. You really enjoy reading it. Omission of full stop. Some people don't care about use of full stop. Just go non-stop. And I refer to my one essay that is fast food, fast life, and fast driving lead to fast death. Fast food, fast life, and fast driving lead to fast death. How fast life? Just eating more, sleeping, enjoying, smoking, drinking. This is fast life. It is very good sentence written behind some trucks and lorries and buses. तेज चलोगे जल्द मरोगे. तेज चलोगे? It's fact. Suicide. It is suicide. Get life only once. Why destroy it? Why hurry? Why so impatient? Why so reckless? Should be mindful about these things. The life is precious above everything else. Okay? Writing without definite ideas in mind. If you write haphazardly, without planning or thinking properly, you can't write something sensible or meaningful. So you have to some idea in mind to write about it. And again, you have to put those ideas in proper order, in sequence. Which one should come first, and the second, the third, and so on. There are two kinds or two manners or ways of writing essays or paragraphs. You can start with plain simple ideas and go to the extreme. And some write from extreme to low level, from ascending order to descending, some from descending to ascending. Depends on you. Where do you get all these ideas from? When you read good books, good essays, good writers, then you come to it. In every field, every discipline, we'll find masters, speeches of great masters, books by great writers, articles, journals, publications by great artists, writers. They give you very good glimpses or insight into good communication of writing and reading. Then we have writing haphazardly, means without plan. Again, the same thing. Haphazard means thoughtless. Without thought, how can you put down your idea? So, have brainstorming, think something about the topic, put down some article, set in the proper order, then start writing. Your introduction should be very impressive, very attractive. Writing, you need brainstorming, and for brainstorming, you have to be cool head, calm, cool, and collected. Writing doesn't come overnight or in a minute, split second. It comes with some sorrow, understanding, and thinking, recollection. But behind all that brainstorming, there's a store of reading. There is raw material. What you already read, it is your credit in your mind, your bank of ideas. That gives you how to go ahead with a pen up and a piece of paper and to make marvels for yourself and for readers. Sometimes you brainstorm in a very cool, peaceful atmosphere. Then you go very well. Sometimes you yourself are surprised to see what writing you have put down. So this all comes in a peaceful atmosphere. With disturbance, mobile phones, some other activities, you can't go well. With divided attention, you can't bring out or write a good piece of composition. You have to be single-minded, calm, cool, collected, and completely devoted to your work you are after now. It is very important. Then we have writing without outline or planning. It is just like leap in the dark. Without planning or outline, you can't go ahead. You simply put down or just ink on a piece of paper, sprinkle it, or leave just dots and words without any sense. For sensible writing, you need complete sentence with sequence and coherence, with logical order, with linking words, and with sense that develops ahead for not only yourself, for the reader. There are linking words, there are conjunctions, relative pronouns, relative adverbs. They link your ideas together and make some sense. For example, you are going to write about yourself what I am. So when you write yourself what I am, you need some ideas about yourself, your qualities, your drawbacks, your present position, your future plans, what you have achieved so far. All this sums up in one paragraph. If you enlarge it, go in detail, you can make 2, 3, 4 paragraphs within make a very good essay. So it depends how you put them down. The slower the better. The lighter the better. The deep thinking leads to deep ideas, and that will make you write very well.